nothing for the little black kid. What is going on here? These players she's got no respect for you. This girl, right?
Did Diana Taurasi really snub a young black fan? A video's going viral showing Taurasi walking past a kid reaching out for her while she chats with some white fans. People are freaking out, calling it racist. But here's the thing, is it that simple? Let's break down what really happened and why everyone's losing their minds over it. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. The video shows Taurasi walking by, totally ignoring this young black fan trying to get her attention. Meanwhile, she's all smiles with some white fans nearby. You can imagine how this looks, right? Social media exploded. Everyone's calling Taurasi racist, saying she dissed the kid because of their skin color. But hold up.
She has been called out, and I can't believe this is the media for you, right? Why in the hell are y'all so silent on that? If Caitlin Clark would have done this, it would be on every media outlet.
Is this really about racism, or is something else going on here? The internet's quick to judge, but there's always more to the story. What if I told you this whole thing isn't as clear-cut as it seems? Let's dig into what's really happening in the WNBA right now. You won't believe how deep this rabbit hole goes. While everyone's focused on Taurasi, there's another player at the center of this storm. Remember when Taurasi said, "Reality is coming to a certain rookie"? That comment sparked a firestorm, and now the fallout is changing how we see this whole situation. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's new sensation who's shaking things up big time. This rookie is making waves, but she's also learning that the Pro League is a whole different ballgame. Diana Taurasi, the veteran superstar, didn't mince words when she warned Clark that reality is coming as she moves from college to the WNBA. You can imagine how that went down. Taurasi's fans were like, "Yeah, tell it like it is." But Clark's supporters? They were not happy. They thought Taurasi was being too harsh on the newcomer. It got so heated that Taurasi had to defend herself, saying, "The new fans are really sensitive these days, you can't say anything." Now, here's where it gets wild. What if Clark had been caught in a similar fan incident? I bet you the reaction would have been totally different. People would probably be more understanding, saying she's new and still adjusting to the spotlight. But Taurasi? She's been around the block, so folks expect more from her. Let's talk about what happened in Clark's first WNBA game. She scored 20 points, which sounds pretty good, right? But she only made 5 out of 15 shots. That's the reality Taurasi was talking about. The WNBA is tough, and even the best college players need time to adjust. But here's where things get really interesting. In a recent game, Clark got a technical foul for hitting a cushion. Sounds pretty strict, right?
She's going to dribble under the basket, up, and she slaps the cushion. But when Caitlin Clark did the same thing, it's a technical foul. Are the rules different?
Well, get this. Taurasi did the same thing in another game and didn't get penalized at all. What's up with that? It's got people wondering if there's some kind of double standard going on. This whole situation is making fans ask some big questions. Is the league treating rookies and veterans differently? Are the refs being consistent with their calls? And most importantly, is all this drama with Taurasi and the fan just part of a bigger problem in the WNBA? You know what's wild? While everyone's freaking out about Taurasi and Clark, there's a whole other drama unfolding in the WNBA. The league is blowing up, and it's bringing some unexpected challenges. How's the WNBA handling all this new attention? Let me tell you, it's not as simple as you might think. First off, let's talk about those packed arenas. The Indiana Fever games? They're selling out like crazy, and it's all thanks to Caitlin Clark.
110-109 against the Dallas Wings this afternoon.
And there's Caitlin Clark behind me, a career night for her, 35 points. Can you believe that?
Well, she's putting on the finishing touches of what's been one of the greatest rookie seasons in the history.
This rookie is bringing in fans by the thousands. That's awesome for the league, right? Well, yes and no. Here's the thing. All these new fans are changing the game, and not just on the court. Imagine you're a WNBA player. You're used to a certain vibe, a certain way of doing things. Now suddenly, there are all these new eyes on you, all these new expectations. It's like going from playing in your backyard to performing in a packed stadium overnight. That's basically what's happening to the WNBA right now.
And there's Caitlin Clark behind me, a career night for her, 35 points. Can you believe that? I'm Dave Calabro, the Fever are red hot. At least they're winning, right?
Diana Taurasi, the GOAT herself, had something to say about this. She's like, "The new fans are really sensitive these days. You can't say anything." Can you believe that? The woman who's been the face of the league for years is feeling the pressure from all these new fans. But it's not just about fan interactions. Taurasi also dropped some truth bombs about the league itself. She said, "Entering the WNBA, it's just a whole different league. It's a different level of competition." She's talking about how tough and physical the WNBA really is. These new fans might not get that yet. They're coming in with college basketball expectations, and the WNBA is a whole other beast. Now, here's where things get really messy. All this new attention is shining a spotlight on some issues the league's been dealing with for a while. Like officiating, you've got fans and players alike questioning how the refs are calling games.
The other night, right here, we all remember the foul that Caitlin Clark committed. The Chicago Sky player is pointing at the cushion and at Taurasi and nothing.
Are the stars getting special treatment? Are the rookies getting a raw deal? Remember that incident with Clark getting a tech for hitting a cushion, while Taurasi did the same thing and got away with it? That's the kind of stuff that's got people talking. It's not just about one call or one game, it's about consistency, fairness, and how the league handles its biggest stars versus its up-and-comers. So, when you look at that video of Taurasi supposedly snubbing a fan, you've got to see the bigger picture.
Nothing for the little black kid. What is going on here? These players she's got no respect for you. This girl, right? That is trying to get a little love. You see her dapping up the white guys? There's some love, there's some love.
This isn't happening in a vacuum. It's happening in a league that's growing faster than anyone expected, with more eyes on it than ever before. Hold up. Everyone's screaming racism, but what if we're all looking at this Taurasi situation all wrong? There's a crazy detail about that game day that changes everything. You're not going to believe what was really going down. Let's rewind and take a closer look at what happened. Taurasi's walking by, focused on the game, when this young fan reaches out. She doesn't stop. Boom! Internet explosion. But here's the thing.
What are we doing? We covering for Diana Taurasi now when she acts like a blatant racist? If this was Caitlin Clark, she would be getting drugged as a racist right now, and everybody knows it. A lot of black people support these activist movements, and I'm like, why?
We're missing some serious context here. First off, this was right after a tough game. Players are in their heads, replaying every move. They're not always in meet and greet mode, you know? And Taurasi, she's known for being intense. When she's in the zone, she's in the zone. But it's not just about Taurasi. This whole thing is shining a light on a bigger issue in the WNBA. Player accessibility is huge, right? Fans want to connect with their heroes. But for players, it's a constant balancing act. They're trying to focus on their game while also being approachable. It's not easy. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some people are defending Taurasi, saying she's a vet dealing with pressure. Others are calling her out, saying she ignored the kid because of race. But both sides are missing the point. This isn't about one player or one fan. It's about how the whole league handles these situations. Think about it. The WNBA is blowing up right now. More fans, more attention, more pressure. Every little thing gets blown up on social media. Players can't sneeze without someone analyzing it. That's the world Taurasi and every other WNBA player is living in now. So what does this mean for the future? The league's gonna have to figure out how to handle this stuff. Maybe they need clearer guidelines for player-fan interactions. Or maybe they need to educate fans about what to expect. Whatever it is, something's gotta change. Here's the bottom line. We can't jump to conclusions based on a few seconds of video. There's always more to the story. Maybe Taurasi was distracted. Maybe she didn't see the kid. Or maybe she was just having a bad day. We don't know. And that's the point. All right, let's wrap this up. The Taurasi drama isn't just about one player or one fan. It's about a league that's growing faster than anyone expected. The WNBA's got some big decisions to make. How do they handle player-fan interactions? What about those weird ref calls? And how do they keep things fair for rookies and vets alike?
She was arguing after the tech was given, which was for hitting the cushion. All right, she slaps the cushion and no technical foul. Diana Taurasi hit the rim cushion after getting fouled. No issues, no tech.
Here's an idea. Maybe the WNBA needs to set some clear rules about how players and fans should interact. And they definitely need to get those refs on the same page. But it's not just on the league. We've all got to do better. Next time you see a clip online, don't just jump to conclusions. There's always more to the story. So, what do you think? Is the WNBA ready for prime time? Or are they going to need some growing pains before they get there?